Hey everybody, Trip, Twisty Dog Creations, and it's almost Halloween, and I just came up with a new spinning Halloween design. A little ghost and a pumpkin. Hey, he's shy. He doesn't want to watch the camera. 4 balloons, only takes a couple minutes, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. To begin with, we're going to need a green 160, a white 160, an orange 260, and a white 5-inch round. I'm going to start with the white 160. We're going to only use about half of it. The white 160 is going to be the hands and arms, and the remainder will be the string. So tie it off and make a small bubble and then a small 2.5 finger loop, nice and soft loop. Loop that together, and then you want to roll the thumb through the loop. About 2 fingers, and then make a shock twist. Where you squeeze the air out and wiggle it back in, and that'll make the elbow. Another 2 fingers, and then about a 1 finger soft pinch twist. And then another 1 finger pinch twist, nice and soft. That's going to be the neck area. Now we're going to make the same arm on the other side, so about 2 fingers, squeeze and pop. There we go. And another 2 fingers, twist off about 2.5 inch or 2.5 finger loop, a little bubble for the thumb, and then you're going to want to break it off about a couple inches away from that. Save that scrap, that's going to be the center string, and tie it off and clip the ends, and you get your little hands. Make sure you save that center or the remainder of the 160. So now we're going to take our 5-inch round, get it nice and soft, and we're only inflate it about halfway. We want it nice and squishy. You want it about the size of a baseball, maybe a little bit bigger. And really important, you want to tie it right at the end, right to get as close to the end of the nozzle as possible. So that way you get that nice long body. Now we just twist the head and the body so you get evenish proportions, and then twist it right through those 2 pinch twists to the neck and get those straightened out. And you have to finagle those a little bit to get the arms pointing the right way, but get his arms pointing out in front of him. Now we're going to draw his eyes on a nice fresh Sharpie. I just like to make big, easy ovals, a little bit of a slant to it. For the mouth, we're going to do a little wavy mouth. I just like to start with a small little wavy mouth, and then you can always make it bigger. You can't erase it. A nice wavy woo. Now, we're going to take your green 160, any color green, and we're going to inflate it about halfway. Take and start with a little tiny bubble and turn that into a pinch twist, and then a nice big soft loop for the leaf, maybe some, yeah, about hand size, and then run that little pinch twist through to lock it in. I like to do shock twists to make it get the points of the leaf. The pumpkin leaf is kind of like a angry, scratchy, pointy maple leaf, but bigger. So just kind of squish and get that shape in. Doesn't have to be perfect. And now take the rest and wrap it around your fingers, give it a little twist. You got that spiral. And squish the air back and forth, and that helps lock it in shape. And there you go. There's your stem. Now take your orange 260. We're going to inflate it almost all the way. You're going to need just a little bit of tail left. Now we're going to form this into a ring with the tail and the nozzle at opposite ends. So you've got 3 even parts. 1, 2, 3. And then figure out where it's going to split. Just twist that and then lay those 2 parts aside together. Make an even second bubble, long bubble. And I bring that last piece down. If you do it right, you don't have as much left over as I do, but it doesn't matter. Just twist that through. And then once you've got it twisted through, pop off the excess, wrap that around, tie it off. Always like to tie off my balloons if I can. That way there's less chance of them coming loose. Tie that off. And then just kind of, you got your 3. It's almost like a hat. So you just squish this. It's a pumpkin, so it can be lumpy. A lumpy pumpkin. So you just want to kind of squish it out so that you've got the ends going towards the middle and some roundness. So you've got room to float around in there. And if it stands up on its own, that's even better. Now, you can take your stem, twist off a little bit of the bubble there, and then just wrap that around. Wrap it around, get it up in there, and if you've got some if the nozzle's right there or the other piece is right there, you can tie that in and then carefully trim the remainder off. Now for the most important step. With the remainder of the 160, you want to start with the very end, the nozzle, the tip end, and squeeze all the air out of that so there's no air bubble in there. Now wrap that around and tie it in nice and tight. Now here's the most important part. Squeeze that air out, and then you're going to want to twist the uninflated 160 around and around. So it's like winding up a rubber band airplane. If you've never done that, just keep winding it until it looks like that. Twist it around. You're preloading the tension in there so that the ghost will move all over the place with very little effort. Now you're going to stretch it out until you get the shape right. If you pull it too tight, you're going to have a real crushed down pumpkin. If you leave it too loose, it's not going to be the right shape either. So get it to the right pumpkin shape, pumpkinicity, and then tie those 2 in. Got the end and the thing tied together, and we're ready to go. We've got the pumpkin ready for the ghost to fly in. Stands up, well, almost stands up. So now let's take our little ghosty ghost. Woo! So we're going to pop him in here and put the string in between those 2 pinch twists right under his arm. You're going to have the bottom part coming out underneath the lower pinch twist and the upper part coming out above the back of his head, above the upper pinch twist. And then just wrap it around that pinch twist so he can't just pop off accidentally. And you can do a little adjustment. You're going to have to get his arms in the right place. It's real important you get his arms nice and small and that his hands are nice and small. Now, you might have to adjust the pumpkin as well. You might need to slide him up and down on the thing. At the end, you can cut this off, or you could leave it and attach it to a base so it stands easier, or to a headband or whatever you want. And that's pretty much it. There he is. Whee! Alright guys, there you go. Spinning ghost in a pumpkin. Super fast, super quick, only 4 balloons. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you use it. Happy Halloween. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.